Hi, this is Captain Drew Cavanaugh with Florida Inshore Fishing Charters and Mosquito Lagoon Sight Fishing Charters, located here in East Central Florida on the world-famous Mosquito Lagoon, Indian River, Ponce Inlet, and Titusville, New Smyrna Beach, Cocoa Beach, Daytona, just east of Orlando. And this is July 2014, and this is your inshore saltwater flats fishing report for the month. So let's start off and say summertime's here. It's definitely arrived. It's full-fledged. It's definitely hot out. We're in the middle of July right now. We're getting typical weather patterns. You know, just the usual weather patterns. The one thing that's different this year that I think most of us can agree upon out here, that's been here for a while and we know what's going on, is this is the first year in several years that the Mosquito Lagoon and the North Indian River Lagoon system has not gotten dirty from an algae bloom. The water is still crystal clear, which says ultimate sight fishing conditions. So with that said, I'm going to go over briefly, real quick here, a few things and what's been going on. I'm going to start with the offshore stuff. The offshore bite has been really good along the beaches. The tarpon are showing up in good numbers. I've heard of some triple tail. I've heard of a few cobia, but more than anything, you know, somebody like myself, we're going to go after tarpon and all that good stuff. If I'm going after redfish or trout or drum, I'm just going to stay inshore and go along in the river, Indian River, and definitely on the Mosquito Lagoon, where I specialize in. Now let's go to inshore. The inshore bite on the lagoons and the estuaries and the backcountry waters has been phenomenal. We're getting some really good early morning tailing action, feeding action. We're getting really good sight fishing conditions throughout the day until it starts to get cloudy in the afternoon. Thunderstorms roll in, so you want to be careful of that. We're getting chances and shots at some really nice sea trout. Basically in the morning when you get to an area, you know, we're in the typical summer pattern to where it's really calm in the morning usually, but it's really hot and humid. Right now it's you know, not quite 4 o'clock, 1600 hours in the afternoon, middle of July, and it's pretty warm out here. I can feel the sun beating down, but you know what, I personally like that. Yeah, I'm saying I can't wait for winter to get here, but you know, once winter gets here, then I'll be like, oh, I can't wait for summer to get here. You know, it's like I need the Goldilocks days of weather where it's just right. So you get out there in the morning, you find some bait. You're looking for tailing fish, you're looking for movement. As always, I say all the time, you know, the tactics never change. Approach the fish with stealth, you know, avoid using a trolling motor. I watch so many people on these schools here lately, they'll see these schools of fish and they just jump on that trolling motor and start chasing. My God, that's the worst thing that you can do. You know, just apply out in the woods, you see a bunch of deer or turkey, you start getting in your truck or four-wheeler or horseback, I don't care what you're on, you start hauling butt towards those things, they're gonna run. But if you take your time and you sneak up on them, approach them with stealth, you're gonna get a lot closer. So with that said, just a couple of the lures. Let me go over this. As the morning goes on, and you know, they tend to stop tailing in full force as that first light golden hour or two comes up. You know, you can throw the DOA bait buster. Here, I got right here the DOA Airhead, a new DOA lure that came out a few months ago. The bait buster, I've been using the shallow running bait buster. I've been using for quite some time now. Until you get enough light in the morning, you can blind cast that along the flats, or if you're going along the drop-offs, you want some smaller fish or whatever, you could throw a weighted jig head. This is a cow, split paddle tail cow, I believe, and I just put an owner hook on here, a weighted jig head hook. You know, if you're out there 4 or 5 feet of water and you're blind casting, this is a perfect little lure to throw. Again, I'm a big fan of the white. That's a glow one because, you know, everything's got the white on the bottom. We've gone over that in the past on my fishing reports and my videos. The only bad thing about using this hook system right here is I think those hooks are like $4 or $5 each. So you start throwing out there and you start getting the jacks and the ladyfish, you start losing a $4 or $5 hook, you may switch. Now, of course, when you're sight fishing in the morning, you're tailing, you can never go wrong with the shrimp pattern. This is a DOA shrimp, or if you're going to throw a live shrimp, which I see no reason for that. So many clients say, well, if I had bait, you know, we could get you know, they'll eat. And I said, you still got to get it in front of their mouth. So if you can get this in front of their mouth with a soft approach and a good tactic, you know, a good presentation, soft presentation rather, I should say, they'll eat. If they're not eating, they're just not eating. That's why it's called fishing and not catching. For those of you that are using live baits, I had a really nice day the past few weeks. I had a client named Tony and Ernie go with me. Tony and his wife bought her dad, his father-in-law, a fishing president. He had one of the greatest times ever. He was able to get on some nice fish. We caught a few of the fish on the bait buster, a few on a cow. He got one of the, well, he got one big one on bait buster, but then he got one on a live pinfish. When I'm throwing bait, I'm using a circle hook, either 3-aught, 4-aught circle hook. I think this is either an owner or a Daiichi. I'm not sure. Show it to you one more time, but it's a pretty big circle hook. Now that's for the bigger fish. Now if I'm throwing at little fish, a couple pounds or whatever, you know, whether it's sheephead or the triple tail or you know, the little triple tail we have out, whatever, I'm going to switch to a little bit smaller circle hook, but try to use a circle hook all the time. It'll just do justice. If you're rigging your baits weedless and you want to do a jig head, here's just I don't even know who makes this hook, just a weighted jig head hook. I think you can get these at Bass Pro Shops, but they work pretty good for you know, getting that little bit of distance, getting it down to them. I mean, typically we're fishing 18 inches of water, 12 inches, 22 inches. 18 inches, as I'm going to say, is the magic number for a lot of our catches for an average size fish. You know, you start getting fish that are 4 feet long, they're going to need, you know, their body width is 18 inches. They're going to need 3-4 times that, so you're talking 36 inches. So just start applying that kind of stuff. As the summertime goes on here, just watch for a continued great bite. The spotted sea trout bites on fire. I know a lot of guys like using the pigfish. A lot of guys like using the mullet, which is fine, to each their own. You know, the fly fishing's been fairly decent from what I heard. I haven't done much of that here myself lately. Crab patterns. The shrimp pattern you can never go wrong with year round out here. Everything eats a shrimp. Let's see what else is going on. Pretty much the inshore freshwater fishing. You know, unfortunately the summertime bite for freshwater like largemouth bass, it's deader than a doornail. And don't get me wrong, you get out there on a good lake, you know, some of the lakes like I have here, this private lake that I come to a lot right here where I live, private access lake. You know, you got, say sunrise is at 6:15, you got till 7:15, then it dies. You come back out here at 8 o'clock at night before sun, and it's on fire. Now you get into November through February, and the bass fishing's incredible in the state of Florida. That's why this is the bass capital of the world, and Florida is the fishing capital of the world. And you know, it won't be much longer, a few more months, you know, you start getting into the crappie and all that kind of stuff, but you know, we'll get to there when it gets to November, December, and all that, back in the cooler months. But as far as out here, the fishing report's been pretty good. It's been hot out, so you know, typically most of the charters I'm doing are 6 hours, 4 hours. Once in a blue moon I'll get the diehard angler 8 hours. A lot of people say, oh, the fishing dies down anyhow. Now there's days I've been out there at 1, 2 in the afternoon and seeing tailing fish, the lights up high, or the light in the sky is good. It's just tough on you, the individual. So the other go-to baits, you can always use live mullet. This time of year, when you're catching ladyfish, that's an option for you. So, but again, the #1 key is please handle all of your fish accordingly. Please practice catch and release. Again, I made this video right here that you can look at to see how you land the fish, proper handling. It'll just be better for their release and their survival. And other than that, anybody interested in any questions or anything, or looking to book a charter with me, give me a call or email me, and we can go from there. So until then, I want you to have a great day. And again, this is Captain Drew Cavanaugh with Florida Inshore Fishing Charters. Thank you.